back everybody to the winners bracket game 3, LGD versus Na'Vi! We are here inside what could be one of the best games of our life, because we just had one of them just before. Na'Vi, LGD. Na'Vi were 30k ahead, and LGD, they kept going, they kept pounding, they used their Naga, and at the end of the day, their Naga actually let them down with that big ultimate. I think it's the pressure of this winners bracket finals, the pressure of knowing you are one game away from competing for $1 million. That kind of pressure forced the first mistake I think we've ever seen out from LGD, and the first ever game taken off them in this competition.
Yeah, and at the same time, you've just got to say now we're going into game 3, and
oh man.
Yeah, let's see again. We've got a couple of bans to run through this. Chen, Lycan, Enigma banned by LGD, and Na'Vi have banned out Invoker, Morphling, as well as Prophet, and they choose to pick up Rubik Leshrac as a trade for Darkseer. And now, LGD, do you want your Siren again? Is Poppy's question.
Would you like it? Do you think it's going to work
now,
for
this
you?
This is something I've been thinking about along the way in the tournament. What do LGD do when they lose a game? Do they have something new they pull off? Because it's like, if you remember the International one, Na'Vi were playing, to be fair, one strategy the whole way, and nobody touched them, so they didn't change it. And they lost one game to eHome, and they swapped around and did something else. Now what, LGD? Now they lost a game. What is going to be the new thing? Are they trying to play the same again and just relying on being better, or do they have something new they haven't shown us yet that they're going to pull off against Na'Vi? Because it seems to me right now that Na'Vi kind of have them figured out at this point.
Yeah. Well, they do almost to a T, but you are right. What can they do? But then again, what can Na'Vi do? Are we going to see the same thing from them? Like we see Leshrac and Rubik. We've seen Dendi go solo mid Rubik, or in the last case, he was on that bot lane doing it hard, but it was still a solo Rubik every single time by Dendi. Does he switch around? Do we see Rubik and Leshrac? Naga again from LGD comes up in the second slot, plus the Venomancer. LGD, if all goes wrong, go huge-ass teamfight AoE. That's their answer by the looks of it.
Psst. Make some noise if you want Dendi Punch. It's something we hope to see in this game. It's still available, and since it is the third and last of the winners bracket, that's just something that we would love to see it happen.
It would really be nice.
It's been banned so much against Na'Vi in the tournament, they haven't really had many options to get it. And LGD have been banning it in the second phase again. Na'Vi not getting it. They get their Enchantress. So early game pressure again for them. I think we'll see a Juggernaut ban coming out of LGD now, because it looks like Na'Vi are planning this kind of push with consistent push where they keep healing up again. Now they have the Enchantress with the sprites, and they, if the Juggernaut is there for the healing ward again, they'll keep applying this kind of pressure. So sure, Na'Vi kind of figured LGD out, but it could just as well be the other way around as well. LGD first banning, Entomage, though, and
yeah, that's true. They're going to take
Na'Vi.
him out.
What's it going to be? Could see them ban out something that has good synergy with that Darkseer. I think LGD will want to have more than just a Poison Nova to combo up with that Darkseer. They want to have something like a Ravage, perhaps, or maybe like a Sand King.
SK Epicenter,
even just a Burrow Strike. If you get Burrow Strike on 3 targets, we've seen Na'Vi play this in various tournaments as well. Darkseer, Sand King, Invoker, for example. Pull people together, stun, and then Meteor, and you just blast everything to pieces. And they're going to ban Dragon Knight first.
Taking it 2 games in a row.
In case LGD don't want to do anything new, they'll have to.
And they ban the Juggernaut.
There's the Juggernaut ban.
So LGD, smart banning coming out from them. I'm wondering if Na'Vi will just remove the Tidehunter as their final one as well.
Directed bans at Havost, these last 2. Now Havost will have to play something new, and he's been playing like Anti-Mage Juggernaut for a lot of games
what if Na'Vi switch this up? This is the trend we're seeing. And when you play best of 3s, it's always been the same kind of thing that's been running. Like, you know Puppy's going to be on Enchantress. You know you're going to have Arsat and Leshrac. You know you're going to have Dendi on Rubik. But what happens if a Vorst picks up the Leshrac and we see a hard carry Yamatar kind of style Leshrac come out from him? Then the entire game changes, and LGD's like, well, we weren't really expecting that. Or do we go with the standards? Na'Vi go with what they know? I
think they'll go with what they know. Switching it up like this right now, well, I guess they know Havost Leshrac as well. They just need to remember that then they need another support to go with it.
Yeah, they would.
So if they hold on to this Leshrac pick as a carry, then I'm not sure it's good for them in terms of how they play out the game against this kind of lineup. They're going to ban Chaos Knight now as the last one for Na'Vi.
We should see the Beastmaster pick up from Puppy as well.
This is really interesting because now there's the
Tide. Surprised they banned CK on top of the Tide.
Must have seen this coming. So
Well, we know Beastmaster should be the obvious pickup from Na'Vi now. They still need their offlane hero. So it's either Windrunner or Beastmaster. Puppy's got to look at in this selection. And he might, well, unless he's feeling someone can go up straight up against Darkseer. If Darkseer is going top lane for LGD, put a Windrunner up against him or do something along those lines, something that can get rid of the creeps. Maybe we can go that classic kind of style with the Clinks, with an Orchid of the Malevolence. Classic mouse.
It's possible. It's something Na'Vi have been playing as well, actually, but they didn't have so much success with it in the tournament, so I think they kind of threw that one away.
There's our Beastmaster.
Right, there's the Beastmaster, good call. And
I'm hoping he's going to move out that bottom lane a little bit earlier.
LGD needs a carry, and their Anti-Mage is out because they banned it themselves. Morphling is gone from Na'Vi. DK is gone from Na'Vi, and CK is gone. They get Queen of Pain for for Yao? Yeah, Queen of Pain for Yao, I suppose.
Yeah, unless he takes Naga.
And now, all right.
No, Sala will take Naga in this scenario.
What is it going to be?
It could be anything.
I'm going to go with a really ballsy call here and say they might pick up a Night Stalker. Simply because it's one of Havost's heroes. It's really good against Queen of Pain. The silence could be nice against Naga Siren.
Problem they're going to have is like, if they go late game, they're dead.
Pressure. Yeah, well, so were they in the last game.
And the ensnare from Naga is really going to make it so hard for it to move on the map. Or we could go something completely over the top. And it's like, well, if they're going to go mass teamfight control, why don't we try and do the same? Do we even start looking at something which is just huge teamfight control and go like a Faceless Void or something? Do we try going down that line?
Faceless Void could actually be a very
Or do we even say, you know what, attack us all, we go Spectre?
Spectre has not been picked yet.
Yeah, they got these two big heroes.
I'm a little bit afraid of Spectre in this.
Void! I say good day, sir, to people say I know nothing. Shall we? So let's run through very, very quickly. Before the fight begins, Sylar will be taking up the Naga Siren. Zhao Wei onto the Darkseer. Yao will be taking up the Queen of Pain. We will see DD onto the Venomancer. DDC Tidehunter over towards middle lane. It will be solo mid. Dendi up towards the top lane. Light of Heaven on the Beastmaster. He won't stay up here for long. Havorst will be that Faceless Void. It is classic Havorst. Puppy on the Enchantress, and then Arsad, the final one, the Leshrac. The man, we've got to watch this boy so closely. Watch for the Chronosphere.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see. LGD already actually checking out the Roche pit. They're a little bit worried that Na'Vi could be going here, but there's nothing going on. But
you'd be so lucky on backtrack if you are going to go in
the Faceless Void here, if he gets these good Chronospheres, they've got some absolutely amazing heroes to use with it. They've got the Fade Bolt, or anything Dendi steals goes into that as well.
Of course.
Leshrac, massive AoE damage, Beastmaster for the Axis and the Primal Roar. And the good thing about this is Na'Vi's, the synergy in their lineup, they can throw the Primal Roar to open up the fight, forcing a response from LGD, so they pull them into the fight, and then bam, Havost jumps in with that Chrono. At the same time, should it fail, should the Chrono be bad, what does Na'Vi really have to fall back on against this massacre team fight from LGD?
It's an all-in. Yeah, you're right. It is an all-in. They're showing every single card in their hand.
All right, guys. The horn has sounded. The game is going to start. Make some noise for LGD!
And of course, for those guys out there who want the last hope that is non-Chinese, for Na'Vi! I think the crowd is slightly biased.
Yeah, and what we need to remember is no matter who wins or loses this game, they're still not out. This is the winner's bracket final. The loser goes up against IG in a best-of-3 following shortly after this one.
That is true.
So this one is not a knockout game. You will get to see more of both of these teams in the tournament, so rejoice. There's going to be more good stuff coming out from both LG
I love this
Na'Vi.
from Arsat, and now Zhao Wei. It's like, you want to edict me? I'm going to Iron Shell you. But he stops to right-click, and now Havorst thinks, maybe I can have a crack at this one. But Arsad able just to catch that Darkseer off. And this is something which we did see earlier today, whereas the Darkseer he got nothing, but absolutely nothing on the off lane. But already Zhao Wei, 36 experience, which is a lot more than that other Darkseer did. Already forced back to the tower.
Applying a lot of pressure here. What Na'Vi need to be careful of up top is that they don't lose the lane equilibrium. You can just see Havost, he's doing whatever he can he's tanking up creeps in order to hold the wave.
Yep.
He doesn't want Darkseer to push into the tower, because when that happens, the push is going to come back just as hard to him, and that means experience for Xiaowei.
Yep.
So Arsat, this is a classic Na'Vi thing. Playing this Leshrac top edict is so powerful.
Puppy, do you really have double Centaur this early on? They're going to look towards mid. Dandy set up. Whoa, what a blink! What a blink! The Centaur did try and stomp, but the big hops took too long to land.
So close.
That was, man, reflex. He must have been smashing that keyboard to pieces.
It's the fastest blink in the tournament for Yao.
But Yao, he's having such a great time in this mid lane. Scream, Sting, and Dendi. He just starts ticking down, and he wants to try and initiate, and that cost him a lot. That cost him a lot. That was telekinesis, and it was, well, it wasn't full Fable as well. Well, actually, it could have been. Actually, yeah, it was. And Dendi's only got one more hit left now. And Yao, he'll control this mid. Dendi still 80 gold away from having that bottle.
Yeah, he's just going to get one last hit for that, but Yao will probably be claiming the first rune if... No, never mind, it's actually already claimed.
He doesn't even have one stack of Ancients because they put that ward down before the initial spawn. This is where Line of Heaven needs Sentry Wards, but actually he can afford them, but... What do you really do, man? And you know a new ward's just going to be placed in a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds later.
This is a very unique situation.
Pulls him in range of the tower, but Dendi, he needed that. That's his bottle. That's his bottle.
We've seen a lot of games in this tournament with Xiaowei Darkseer offlane, and he always seems to be able to get something out of it.
Yeah.
He is completely out of this right now. Arsat is locking him 100% down, and Havost is enjoying free farm top.
Yeah, but so is Naga. Naga, they're both 70 for 7.
Yeah, exactly. They're farming a Void for a Naga. And as far as that goes, I would like to say that favors Na'Vi. If you go into mid-game with a farmed Void against this kind of lineup, that could mean the world to you. On the other hand, Naga Siren, again, it's like what Puppy has been saying about Naga Siren. The reason he isn't that worried about it, mainly as a solo carry, is that he doesn't think it's strong enough as a solo carry.
DD, have some fun, man. He's got also Poison Sting. He can actually have a lot of fun here with Lion of Heaven if he wants to.
He doesn't like fun.
No.
The fun ends here.
Yeah. It's like Naga's ultimate. Fun does end here.
Yeah. And, well, the thing about the mid-game is Naga Siren with a lot of farm is going to get tanky and hard to bring down, but is it going to deal the damage that Void will? She's going to set up the team fight regardless of farm. That's all about her ultimate and the ensnare. But farming a Void against a Naga Siren in terms of damage output for the mid-game, I think Void is going to be really, really powerful. And he also has the Beastmaster aura favoring him as well. And attack speed on Void, we know Void is like arguably like the only hero in the game people consider Mask of Madness a viable choice on. That goes to show how much attack speed means for this hero. Because he has that time lock ability, the passive bash, that does bonus damage when he bashes. So more attack speed means more bashes, means more damage, and more stun. So attack speed on this hero really crucial, and the Beastmaster aura. It's actually been used a lot of times before, Beastmaster together with Void. Again,
top lane now going to jump on Xiaowei. Arsat, he's got to get this split earth. They're holding there. She is no surge here for Darkseer, so he runs the opposite direction. This will be first blood. He does go down. Void with the hit. And I'm really going to say, Na'Vi needed this. Na'Vi so needed this. While you're saying Darkseer's not getting much on this top lane, he's able to at least get up to half a level, where Beastmaster has got nothing, not a single point. He's having Pina Coladas getting caught in the rain in that bot lane. Nothing is working for him.
The big difference as far as that goes is how the heroes work. Darkseer with low level.
Dendi just got blink.
Dendi got blink.
He's got an escape mechanism already.
Darkseer with low level is way worse than Beastmaster with low level, because Darkseer, he's more farm dependent, he's more level dependent. Beastmaster, you get the level 6, you do a lot for your team. Darkseer level 6, meh. You have like a little bit of Surge, some Iron Shell, and a little bit of Vacuum, but you don't skill the wall on level 6. It's not good enough. You need to max the other skills out. And Xiaowei, he's not finding the levels top. He says, I'm done with this. I'm going woods. Man, and he doesn't really have the tank ability to do it. He's getting crushed by this Ursa camp. He's going to have to use his salve for this.
He'll get out. At least he should. He's already popping the salve. The worst thing will be if that actually triggers if they get a hit. So we've got a little bit of prep now on the bottom lane. Look where DD is. He's wanting Line of Heaven to walk past, and Line of Heaven's like, no way, man. I know exactly where you are.
And at the same time, Puppy already level 5 in his Enchantress. So as far as the supports go on Na'Vi, we've got Leshrac level 3, Enchantress level 5. For LGD, Veno 3, Tide 4. So slight level advantage, but nothing really. And that's considering the wood advantage Puppy also has being Enchantress. He farms faster.
Yep. Actually, looking as far as our golden experience goes, really nothing in it. 500 are going the way of Na'Vi as far as gold goes. 200 now, actually 500 are going the way of LGD as far as their farm goes. It's probably because finally Darkseer got a last hit.
Darkseer Woods, that's the last XP. That's the XP they're ahead. And the gold Na'Vi are ahead as the first blood. It's completely even.
There's also something we should bear in mind. Like we got a double stack here of the little status there, and DDC, he can prepare that for the Darkseer. You're saying he's very level dependent. DDC also kind of is as well. Like he wants that level 6, but he's at a lot better time. So give those levels to Darkseer. Now 2 Iron Shell, 1 Surge, and that's really more than what he needs to stay on that top lane. He couldn't be there before because he had no escape mechanism. There was no Surge available to him.
I honestly think it's impossible for Darkseer to come back on this top lane, even with level 3 or level 4 or level 5.
So what, do we just leave Vorst up there for the next 30 minutes and then just see him come back out later
No,
on?
it's not Darkseer who's going to stop him, at least, because Vorst has Chronosphere now, and Arsad will just run him to the edge of that, use Edict, and then drop the stun. It's a free kill. If Darkseer shows for Vorst on the lane, he's dead. And if it only drops the Iron Shells, Vorst has been doing a magnificent job at keeping the creep equilibrium, even against Darkseer's Iron Shell. So he's not achieving anything up here, but he's going to try again, and I don't think this is the right decision for Xiao 8. He is really not going to get anything here, I swear.
If he goes into the jungle of LGD, then he's pulling it away from DD, then he's pulling it away from the Tidehunter.
Not exactly, because the spots he's farming are these two here. He's farming these 2 spawns that they're not pulling anyway. The two spawns.
Yeah, the 2 easy protected ones.
2 ones to the left, and it's not LGD's support's job to farm them. Nobody farms them right now, so they're free for him. He makes the decision to go top and take the chance. I don't think this is what he should be doing. Maybe he feels like he gets more gold from these Iron Shells, but he gets no experience.
Arsad, hey, Stroon, he's going to chase down you! Stun, hits! Naga ulti, looking at Dandy, This thing going to be a rip in his face! Sylar, stun, Leshrac, time it right! Not done! DDC's in, Leshrac will go down! Na'Vi didn't even know what to do with the old, like, let's do it, wait, what, we're doing what?
Yeah, and even if that stun would have landed from Arsad, that would not have been a kill, so Sylar would have got away anyway, and they would have died to that Venomancer, but Dendy just stealing that song of the side. I was sitting there thinking, is he going to be able to do it on time before they get another spell that gets off from Naga? Yeah. And he was able to set it off, and they should have just got away there. But
yeah, should have just run out.
Good play from LGD to bring in the supports there and at least get that 1 kill on Leshrac, but I still think Na'Vi can be pretty happy with getting the trade-off. Leshrac for Queen of Pain is level 7, and he's looking very good.
Poppy! Gonna tick! No boom! Living with a heal.
Look at your Queen of Pain. What's wrong with her?
I know. She's been tarred.
She fell into a pool of oil.
She has a mud bath before she plays.
Yep.
It's moisturizer, man.
This is what happens when you get ganked by Arsad Leshrac. You drop into a pool of oil.
Dandy
steals Sonic Wave.
Oh, man. And this could be an easy kill on Queen of Pain. Pull him in,
Instant counter warding by Yao. There's already a sentry placed here by LGD. So that Observer Ward from Puppey did nothing there on that mid lane. And Dendy will still not be able to... Is what Dendy really wants to do as a Rubik is to be able to grab the target on the opposite hill and pull him into the river where Puppey can back up, or Leshrac or whoever. He's not able to do it without the vision. And LGD foreseeing that this could be happening, and very quick counter warding from them. Dendy trying a bit.
Yeah, he's
Puppey is there.
Light of Heaven now also being spotted out by DD, and DD going to the next stage of blocking Light of Heaven's spawn. He just throws a Serpent Ward up there, or not a Serpent Ward, a Plague Ward every single time he thinks, yeah, it's going to spawn now.
It's an excellent counter. He can always use it.
Bottom lane, now Sylar wants to make a move, gets the Ensnare out in Light of Heaven. DDC, there's the Gush. Ravage is up for this one. Careful on the TP. Dendy comes in, picks up DDC. Stellar Shrek stun doesn't work quite right. A Vorst jumps in, big stun on him, and the Chrono holding Sylar. Bash it down. Dendy saw Ravage. He pulls it back, and the stun. Massive from Na'Vi!
And Yao! Puppey on Yao! Doing damage!
Puppey, he can't finish him.
Last impetus, it misses!
Up the hill, misses it out. Man, big plays coming out from Na'Vi. Big Chronosphere. And the crowd getting pumped up with Na'Vi's execution.
Now Vorst, big TP from him and big farm for him as well. He's really getting every single creep. He's got 72 CS in 10 minutes on that Void. And going for the Battle Fury build, we know back in the day when Anti-Mage used to be a first pick, a lot of teams tried to counter it by picking Void and farming him with Battle Fury as well.
Yep.
He couldn't keep up with Anti-Mage's pace, but he could do a pretty good job at least reaching like 75% of AIM's farm.
Yeah.
So if Void does that, and he gets a Battle Fury around the 12, 13, 14 minute mark, we're going to look at a very, very farmed Void when we get 30 minutes in.
Yeah, and he's also this big thing too, where Void doesn't always need the farm.
Oh, top lane.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it. Denny's been prepping himself for a while with smoke, but it's going to wear off. Arsart's coming in as well. They need the pickup. Is there forces or anything? No, there's not.
Such a good play from Xiaowei to stay out of trouble here.
Yeah. But yeah, meanwhile back at Void, like we were talking about, like Void, you can go up against any mage, and he was a great pickup for that one because you don't need the farm. The farm is great, but you don't always need it. If you get a couple of lucky backtracks, you can really avoid so much damage, and that's where it comes into. The chance during the fights, what do you really backtrack? How much damage is inflicted to you? You never really know, and Puppey just being a bit of a twit to LGD, getting rid of that bottom route so they cannot pick it up, and denying, more importantly, Yao that option.
And Dendi in the mid lane now, what's he looking at? He has been pretty hard out-farmed, actually, by that Queen of Pain from Yao. Dendi sitting at 38, Yao sitting at 52.
Oh, so now trouble. Arsart. Oh, hello. There's a racer on the hoops, eating damage. The surge is going to wear off. Go left, go right, go left, go right. Arsart taking up the tower, into the trees now. TP to Paul. What a chrono! What a chrono! They're going to TP into the midst of it. DDC, 9 seconds on Ravage. Have lost with a time lock. He is ensnared. He is held. And he leads 2-6 on the run.
Amazing play again. And this is one of the really powerful things about Faceless Void. When you're diving a tower like this and the TPs come in, you see where they're TPing. You can place the chrono right on the spot and they TP into an instant stun.
Yep.
And they can't do anything. There's no ability. You can't even get a blink dagger off. Even if you shift Q it, you're instantly stunned when you port in. And that's just an amazing play there by Havost.
So now top lane. LGD feel Na'Vi want to come, and I can pretty much assure you they are about to do that. 5 heroes assembling. The last to rejoin will be Havost. There will be no war. Hello. They want to get that Ravage. Where is the tide? There is the tide. Nolty off. There we go. Line of Evan out of range. Quality kills off Dandy straight away. Now going to go on Puppey. Off on the side lane. Line of Evan as well as Puppey. Puppey turning around here on Yao. Try to bring him down. Now they're going to go in. Puppey to take a fall. Up on the high ground. Beastmaster goes down too. 3 down for Na'Vi.
And that Song of the Siren, excellent setup here for DDC's Ravage. A little bit surprising, like you point out, that Puppey's actually turning to fight this. I think Na'Vi could have gone away with less casualties here, but LGD, they take whatever they can get out of this fight. 3 kills as well as a tower, and very, very quickly back into this game when it was looking to be a big, big advantage for Na'Vi. It's been turned around with 1 fight.
And this is one of those things that we always say, it's a wombo combo here from LGD. They want to lock out Na'Vi. Hello, what did you just steal? He stole Scream of Pain. They both scream in the mid. But this is the problem that Na'Vi have. The chrono is great, but Na'Vi went back in again when the chrono was down. The fight split up. Naga pops the ulti very early on. It was what actually we saw Sylar attempt to do during that, what was going to be now the horrible Roche time for them in the end of the last game. But he wanted to pop it up early so he can walk in, and it's the easy preparation. Na'Vi will split, and then they can focus on just a couple of heroes. So when the Naga ulti does go down, there's only 2 heroes really in range, and they're the ones that can be focused down. Dendi, the first one to be nailed, because they said, you know what, we already want to make this a 4v5, and we can do this with just the use of 2 ultimates. Yeah, that's all we need.
It's really important to take down Dendi as well, because they know if they don't, he's going to steal one of the very crucial spells, such as Song of the Siren or the Ravage, on time, and if he gets that off again, he could easily have turned that song into a counter song and just run out.
Yep.
But taking down the Grand Magus is definitely the right decision for LGD.
LGD also another smart decision. They knew Na'Vi was going to push back on that top lane with the chrono up, and they decided to split push it out. Hello TP coming towards the middle lane.
But Na'Vi get 1 tower for nil here, getting the better trade-off.
They were getting farm for Sylar on the bottom lane at the same time as well, going up against Line of Heaven. LGD, they put the defense line up, and they're not going to be too sad about this. As we've said many, many times, when you push down a tower, it's got to be for a purpose. Taking down a tower and you get the cash, yeah, that's great. But if Na'Vi want to try and gank up on the top lane, it means now they're going to dive past the secret shop of LGD and go deep into the Radiant territory. And when you do that, you have a lot more risk chance of getting caught out of position.
But what Na'Vi can also do whenever you push this tower, and it's probably what Havost might be doing now, you just pull down the creep wave. Oh, he's just gonna farm the spawn. But you can just, like, when you're playing normally on this top lane, you can just pull back the creep wave, the enemy wave will push, and then you're back to your usual position on your half of the river. And then you just hold the wave there. And that's something every team pretty much does after they push these 2 top towers. They don't want to give a free lane, like you say, so they pull it back and take back control. But right now, it's not happening, but it looks like it's actually not being farmed by anyone anyway, so no big deal. And Havost with that Battle Fury, I'm not sure if you called it.
Yeah, well, I showed it on the screen, man, but haven't called it out just yet. But yes, he has the Battle Fury.
He's got a good amount of farm now, and it's gonna explode. He's going to out-farm anyone on the LGD side. The question is if it will be enough.
LGD, they're going to look towards mid lane. They know Na'Vi are pressuring it. In fact, there's an extra little support coming in. You got to remember, to that Tide Ravage, everything is up for LGD. Apart from Darkseid as well, because he hasn't leveled it yet. He's got 4 up in the Iron Shell, 2 in Surge, 1 into the vacuum, and that's really not what he needs. He needs so many more levels. They need to give him space, but maybe they also need to give him cash. Looking towards that mid lane, well, yeah, goodbye Wilkin. Tornado just collapses in the middle lane, and they will push down this tier 1 tower. Easy kill as well. It's only 435 for normal life points.
This is going to be a big fight if it breaks out, because Na'Vi wants to fight this.
Well, where is Force? He does have TP, but he's still a little bit of away. And by that time he gets there, the tower's going to go down. Fortification is not there for Na'Vi, so they can't depend on that. Sylar wants to start rising, but he's taking some damage. Now Horse, he's getting rid of the Plague Wars bit by bit. He doesn't want them to know where he is, but DD doing some great work with those boards as well, keeping vision on the high ground. He wants to know when that jump comes. That's the protection for LGD. They take the tower, they should fall back, and Na'Vi, they realize they can't just jump in like that. LGD, they were split. They were split well. All you need is for Tide Hunter or Naga Siren not to be caught inside that Chronosphere, and you can't pound on him. Void gets stunned, and he can't do the damage he wants to do. And hello, welcome to your mech. That's a lot of Santa Hell callers. Is it? No, it's not full. It's not full. He gets close. Actually, no, it is full. 900. There you go. Mech up.
Yeah, it's impressive from Xiao considering how much he got destroyed on this top lane. Still manages to get the mechanism for his team at this point. And I know an 18-minute mechanism might sound late, which it of course is, but it's not as late as it could have been.
Hello, bot lane. Dendi ends up stealing a Scream of Pain.
Slow on DD, not committing.
But gives us wonderful music.
Yeah, we get some nice soothing music. I love it.
Just relax. Just relax.
Havost.
LGD, they're just slowly preparing for the bot lane. Na'Vi, they're thinking about destroying LGD.
Sylar is talking. And we'll probably be TPing down to bottom here. I think we will see a fight break out. Yep, there we go. It's gonna head down. They want action. LGD are ready. They have the mechanism. They have the Ravage.
Yeah, they want those last tier 1 towers gone. Of course, it is one big thing we always comment about. If you want that farm in the Battle Fury, you need to control your map. You need these tier 1 towers up as long as possible, because then you got more space to farm with less risk. And Light of Heaven, these Plague Wars really causing the Dire Creep Wave to stay on top of the tower, which is kind of surprising as well. There's the ensnare on Light of Heaven. The Roar tries to go. He gets stopped instantly. They get the kill already. Light of Heaven dead, and Na'Vi, once again, they cannot fight this.
Amazing execution here. Opens up. Light of Heaven is a millisecond from casting the Roar on Sylar, and then comes the mirror image, disjointing, and then after that, full burst from Queen of Pain, and Light of Heaven just falls and they take a tower. This is very disciplined play coming out from LGD.
Radiant's top tower
Xiao Wei just
attack.
using his vacuum to take the aggro of the creep wave and also make it so Horse has to fall back.
Now
Notice he's going BKB on Horse.
I was about to say, here's something interesting. If you remember Na'Vi's game against IG yesterday with the combo breaker and Enigma, with the BKB Black Hole, Faceless Void with BKB Chrono is even better, because there's no counter at all.
Yep.
He gets the BKB off. You could have stopped the Chronosphere, the Black Hole, for example, with the Ensnare from Naga.
Yep.
But there's no counter to the Chrono. So if they get the song off, all Havost needs to do is mash his BKB button and get the right Black Hole, the right Chrono off. If the position is right for it, they can win and turn and win the fight. But he needs to remember Chronosphere, it stuns everyone, also your teammates, and if LGD get the sleep off and run into the middle of everything, where does Havost put his Chrono?
That is true, man. Because then you start... The Chrono is a double-edged sword. I know anyone who has ever played a public game of Dota 2 and they play with a Faceless Void on the team, a Void can get you killed more often than he can actually do you good. That Chronosphere locks everything in place apart from Void. People without faces are able to fight within the Chronosphere. People with faces, sorry, you have to wait.
Apart from Void's Necrobooks, which technically have faces.
Well, that's true.
But Havost is not going for that item build anyway. That's tremendous complexity to do that, actually. Get the Necrobooks on the Faceless Void, but Havost is going full carry build, and that's what he has to do in this game as well. He needs to deal the damage.
With LGD, they're going to see if they can force the bottom lane.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
This is not necessarily good for LGD. They're gathering up, they're pushing the lane, but they're 5.
Yeah.
So it means Havost is farming top.
But if they can find a pick-off, like, if they can find a pick-off like Line of Heaven again,
then it's a free tower. No doubt about it.
But look, now Na'Vi, Smoke is gone. Dendy as well as Arsat. They want to get there fast. Courier's going to come in as well. What's it delivering? Lincoln Sphere. They want to get that up on Sylar. Get it up. Was he picked up? He's picked up DD, pulling him back, but there's no opening. Denny revealing the fact that he is here. Now the scream, they find Puppy back in again, in snare. They need the damage and they do so. Raw not coming up from Line of Heaven, he's scaled up. They might keep going on him. DD, he keeps the harassment going. Now stolen, it is Plague Wars. That's not really going to help him. Quad Multi in Line of Heaven and the Gush. Mech charge just in time. Now the Raw on Xiaowei. Sylar pops the Omen and DDC setting up. Dendy, this is not going to be great for them, and that is Arsat's death. LGD, and what a chrono from Havost onto Sylar. Dendy beating him down. It's not enough. It's not enough. Havost is going to go down. LGD, they're TPing out. Sylar still going on Dendy. Howard's in. DD will go down. Dendy soloing him. And now will TP out to safety. Sylar's on the run out too.
And Havost even buybacking in that. Big fight for LGD. And like this Chronosphere from Havost was absolutely incredible. He gets 4 heroes in it, and there is the Edict running, and it just makes you think what would happen if they would have one more hero there. It would have been a complete team wipe for Na'Vi. But LGD, they know what they're doing. They get in, they get the job done, and they get out again.
Yep.
But now, Ultimate's down. Might be an opening for Na'Vi.
Man, look, even look at the gold graph, nothing in it, 500. Hello, Roshan. They did have a 3,000 experience gain, Na'Vi, before that last fight, but they don't go Roshan while Chrono is down. But everybody from Na'Vi, including a Wilkin, is in here, ready to rock and rumble. There's Light of Heaven joining the fight. He hasn't got a single point up in Aura. Walking around level 9.
By Sylar.
Yeah. Havost, it's slow. It's slow, but LGD are nowhere near stopping them. Heal out from Puppy. It's down 2,400. LGD, they're making a move. They're making a move in. 700, 400, 300. Now 0 back up. Pulls 2 up. No Chrono. He's just trying to bash down the Darks here, and it's working well. Dendy still alive on 5 HP. DDC will finish him off. Meanwhile, back at the Edict Pulse. Trying to go on Sylar. Trying to go on DDD. Maybe it's going to be enough. Arsat is there. The Gush. Arsat is brought down. Blink away by Yao. Light of Heaven already used a Raw. Now being stolen out. What is that for Denny? It's a blink. He's going to chase him up. Pull him back. Lock him down. But blink away by Yao. Forced up. Dendy's on the chase. Is there another? I do not think so. Void in the end. Killing off DDC for the Tidehunter. Going down a long way from home. But Roshan taken nonetheless.
They take
Aegis the Immortal is
they take
still
a
up.
2 for 1, but Dendy rebuys in that, so in that sense the fight fairly even. But that means it's basically just a Roshan for Na'Vi if you do a little bit of addition and subtraction on that. And now, down bottom, Void. He does not have the Chrono. He used that to kill the Tide, I believe. And will retreat, but he has BKB now.
Dendy. I think he's searching.
Is he serious about this?
I don't know, man. Is Denny ever serious? you saw the interview.
I wonder if there's a courier here.
Maybe. Yao.
Let's have a look.
Him on bot lane. He's almost got Sheepstick too. He's only basically a Void Stone away from having a Sheepstick.
Just look at the CS chart. This is what I was talking about. Havost is really gaining a significant lead now. He's up to about 200 CS 25 minutes in. It's anti-mage-like farm. It's not completely there, but it's pretty damn close. And Void is a hero that, like anti-mage, with those items can really go to town. As
Dendy's got to be really careful now. Cannot stay too close. He
this
pulls
tower
the
is
aggro
definitely
down.
gone. LGD. They take what they can. They know the Chrono's down for Havost. He used it against DDC.
Yeah. They knew what they could take. They take it, and no need to overextend themselves.
And this one is looking like it's going to be a nail biter. This is so close right now. Na'Vi 3k XP, 1.5 on the gold.
Once again, we find ourselves in another game where execution is what's going to win the game. It comes down to the player's skill. Yeah. Everything is leveled. Everyone has their strat. They know what they want to achieve. The question is who can deny the opposition.
Oh, Dendy gets a blink. Now he has Dendy build. He has Blink, Blink, and Force Stop. Good luck catching this guy.
Well, we saw him hopping around in the courier before, so maybe that's his inspiration.
Yeah, well, he's... Oh god, don't remind me.
I'll remind you, man. I'll even link it to you on YouTube later on.
Thank you. Yeah, Dendy pushing out the mid lane now together with Puppy. I'm not sure if Na'Vi have plans of setting up a fight. Havost is here as well with that Chronosphere, with the BKB up, with the Aegis up. So now what Havost can do is he can actually jump in and start the fight without Chrono. If he feels like it's the right decision, he can jump in and start bashing away at somebody. If the Roar then follows through, LGD have to respond. And how do they respond to the Aegis and Void? Nice backtrack. We haven't talked about that yet. Not really.
Yeah, well,
a little bit.
We did before.
We touched on it a little bit, but that's going to be important against something like Sonic Wave and Ravage. If you can block out that damage with a couple of good backtracks, they can't really bring down the Void. Because LGD's damage is based on these AoE bursts.
Scythe of Ice now. Yao's now got that. He's finished it.
Oh, wow.
I said he was close before, but 27 minutes.
Very big item. Arguably one of the best items in the game against Void.
Jump in, hex him up, and then they nail him before that BKB can pop.
And if it works like it did in Dota 1, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the hex disables backtrack.
Yes,
so it's triggered like an invasion. So with that hex on, Void cannot block the damage, and that setup is what they're going to need to burst him down really fast. But then again, Void, is he even going to be possible to burst down very fast in 10 minutes? He is getting farmed. He's getting very, very big on the farm.
We've got a smoke now coming out from LGD. Also, Reaver coming out from Nagasaki. So not going to go for the Manta. Going to go straight for Heart. And look at them go straight up the mid. Are they going? No, Roshan's not up again. There's no one on bot lane. They need to go jungle.
I'm not sure if this is the right decision from Sylar, because they need somebody to deal the damage. They have this spell burst and that's it. And Sylar is the only real physical
Here we go. Puppy, there's the blink in and the hex on him. Scream, they got to get the damage. Backing him back in again. Tornad's going to set up Quafoldi. Going to go through Puppy, but the Roar is keeping him alive with a heal. And Avos jumped in for the ultimate. DDC, he does the Ravage. Is just saving him a little bit. And then he steals Ravage. Then he returns Ravage right into LGD. Arslan trying to bring down DD with a pulse. Then traveled him back into the wall. And that will be DD. Going down high. Xiaowei pulled back in. And he goes down. Yao the only one to escape. Na'Vi.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Just excellently structured fight there. It's unbelievable that Puppy doesn't die here. He gets jumped by Hex, all sorts of spells. They force stuff him out. He puts on the sprites, heals up, and in comes Havost. Gets 2 in the chrono. Not really the best chrono in the world, but it's enough. It forces out the Ravage. Dendy steals it, smack bang, 4 kills.
Yep.
Unbelievable play.
Quick turnaround. And Naga losing her bite. But 12 to 14, do we even want to check out the drastic change? I think we better. And it is a drastic change. Almost 7,500 in experience. And gold down to 2K as well.
And in my opinion, time is kind of ticking for LGD, because they have this kind of wombo combo, but is it going to carry it in late game against a Faceless Void? They have their combo, and unless if Queen of Pain starts going for some physical damage, I don't think Nagasaki can do it alone.
I don't think she can either, man. Not when she's going defensive like this. And we saw just how much that Reaver gave her. Nothing.
Absolutely nothing, because they're not going to kill her. Actually, they went on her. So they had enough damage to take down this tanky Siren. So it just makes you wonder, how fast can they kill the others if they're the ones in the chrono?
Also noticed too, Na'Vi just kept walking through the Darkseer wall. They didn't care about it. There's a level 2 wall they kept on walking through, but it did them very little to no damage. They were still walking around with mech. There was no pipe, but the BKBs just made it so they didn't really care, and Urn Charges were being passed out by Puppy after he managed to live. It was just perfect for Na'Vi. Perfect for Na'Vi. But can they do it again? Can they actually do it again? Or does LGD this time get their combo off and then make Na'Vi pay?
Yeah, this is going to be, the next fight I think is going to be really, really important. Because if it goes the way of
Ravage.
If it goes the way of LGD, they can make a comeback.
19 seconds on Dendy's Ravage.
Yeah. He's got it as well.
8 seconds on the Tide.
This time he won't even need to steal it.
Nope. It'll be blink, instant Ravage, and then steal something else.
And I don't think LGD are thinking about this right now. This option is not one they're considering, and that could be huge. Light of Heaven drawing a path that they should take around. Not really, really weird path.
I think that was actually just this general area.
This next fight This next fight is going to be LGD's chance at a comeback in the game or Na'Vi's chance at getting barracks, if it goes well for them.
Yep.
Because they do have the pushing power. Void is hitting really hard. They have Beastmaster Aura. And they have Edict. If those heroes survive, they can do the racks in 20 seconds.
And there's
Faceless Void 5k.
it's just how long until Na'Vi want to initiate? Like, what key items are they waiting for?
Yeah,
We've got
still
a
have
gem
the
now
Aegis
flying
even.
out to Dendi. So he now sees all. They might just be waiting for the 2.5 minutes. Roshan. But that's dangerous. We know what happens with Naga in a Rosh pit. Void's Chrono won't be as effective there, because this is a choke point, and the Void Chrono will go in that general area, and then everything outside, you can just play around with that region.
Now Tide, as well as Queen of Pain, they're gathering up. They want to make something happen. It seems like LGD have plans here.
Havor's going Butterfly. He's got an Eagle Song on that courier, which he just bought.
Right, yeah. So that's going to be an extra 25 agility for him when he picks it up.
Real Mango Mask of Madness.
He might do that as the next item. I think it's an amazing pickup still on Void. All right, here we go.
Yeah, there goes our smoke. He doesn't take it though. He leaves it on the courier. He's letting it go back to base. So at this point, he still holds the Aegis the Immortal. He wanted to hold onto his TP scroll, and probably for a very good reason. LGD, they're looking through the jungle of Na'Vi, and they will take this tier 2 tower pretty damn quickly. Na'Vi, they're moving into the mid lane now, so they're not in a good position to really do a counter tower. Sylar starts off with double damage as well. Fortification goes from Na'Vi, and it's going to buy them time. Avorst leading the conga line of Na'Vi up towards the top lane. They will look for the best Chronosphere ever. DDC is just like, where did you come from? There goes the Ravage, nice in as well. Gush, Gale, back, wall, perfect. Up we go. Chrono only on DDC. Sylar pops the ultimate and it's trying to save their life. He's beating on Darkseer. BKB will wear off in a moment. That's holding everybody else out. Now we'll get a Benno ulti right over Na'Vi. Bobby being brought down. Yao gets that one. R-Star Grey Sun from the side, but he will take a fall as well. Havor's able to get one of them down. Darkseer finally, but he's going to lose his Aegis to the Immortal. Queen of Pain is still here. They bring it down. And we are seeing LGD. Let's go round 2. Leap up. Oh
no! Cheeky play.
No stuns left.
From Havorst.
And hiding in the trees a little bit. And Dendi. Thinking about Yao. With Light of Heaven, his Raw's already down.
I actually think this was decent for Na'Vi, as crazy as that might sound, because Roshan
is a 1-3 fight.
Roshan has just respawned, and they're less dependent on their ultimates, I think.
Well, that's true. Everything was
It's possible they can claim it, but it's not. Again, it depends a little bit on how the initiation goes, but that Ravage last fight, sorry, not Taobao, that's the name of the sponsor, DDC, got a 4-man Ravage and then a Gush off. The Ravage did hit Dendi, so for once Dendi actually in the range of that Ravage, and that means DDC, with that Ravage off, Dendi didn't get it, they got the 4-man, the 3-man pulled in with Vacuum into war. Just overall excellent play by LGD, giving them that 3-for-1 fight.
And got him 2k gold worth, and holy Hannah. Why is that experience so far down the way of Na'Vi? It's 14 to 15, and it's 11k going the way of Na'Vi.
It's on Faceless Void. He's almost level 21. The second highest level in the game is 15.
He has got his full butterfly in him too. So now they do have the damage to Roshan, but Quafoldi is up. Tai, he's got 30 seconds. Venno, he's got 36 seconds. Naga, 9 seconds. 9 seconds for Naga. This is going to be the big one. Look for him to bring. Havor still trying to hold up. Light of Heaven on the high ground.
Dendi.
They start on DD. He's trying to pull him back into Light of Heaven. There goes Aurora as well. Havor's coming back out to fight. Naga, now's the time. Now's the time. Quad body will pop. The wall is up. DD's still alive through this one. Now the Chrono catching out all of LGD. Beast down 1. Yao still making himself away. DDC. Ravage in 7. Naga ultimate from Sylar. Slowing it down. And will he TP out to safety? He's still on the run.
Dendi might chase this. He's got everything in the world to catch up right now. He's got Surge, Blink, as well as Force Staff. He's... no.
He's going to hold it. And Roshan will be taken by Na'Vi. Big Chrono again by Havorst.
And that was an amazing play by LGD as well. Havorst jumps instantly into a Hex from Yao. And LGD just did whatever they could. Without the Ravage, they just didn't have the combination and the damage to take them down. But Havost, I bet he was getting really scared right then when he was dropped into that Hex. Delayed his Chrono, still manages to get up again, get BKB off, get an amazing Chronosphere on like 3 or 4 heroes. And get the 2-0 as well as Aegis, and that's just even more Na'Vi's way.
He's about to pop 300 CS in 36 minutes. Walking around with 617. Queen of Pain is the same though with 617. Problem for Yao is he's only got 166 for 20, but he is getting close towards that BKB. Now actually having maybe 100, 200 gold short of having the BKB, and then he can do a lot more. He was the only one who even avoided Havost. No.
The problem about BKB in this game for LGD is that it's actually not even that good. There's the Faceless Void with the Chronosphere.
Beastmaster Roar as well.
Beastmaster Roar. Edict from Lesh, and the rest of the damage is just Dendi.
Yep.
I mean, it's his spells which are not as such mainly used for damage, but more for control. They want Havost to be the big damage dealer in late game. It's not going to be the Rubik.
Yeah.
So what Quap can avoid with this BKB is something like getting hit by the Lesh stun and by the telekinesis from Dendi, but that's it. Void doesn't care about BKB. This hero ignores it.
Yep.
He still does everything. The only thing that doesn't hit is like the time walk slow. I think his time lock should even work through BKB. The bash does. If it's like in Dota 1, which I believe it is. It's been a very long time since I've seen a Void in competitive play, so I might have forgot, but it should work. The time lock should bash BKB targets as well. So, I mean, I'm a little bit questioning this item pickup for Yao, because I don't think it's going to do enough for him compared to some other sort of item that he could pick up. I'm not sure what he should be getting instead, though. That's the question.
I'm just actually wondering what's going to happen with Sylar now. Heart is done, Linked Sphere is done. So stayability and the ability to just live through the fight, even if all the combo does come off from Na'Vi, he's got most of it. But he needs that Manda style. He needs to be dealing that damage, because the biggest problem I saw was the fact that LGD, they catch somebody out, but they can't instantly kill them. Queen of Pain, if her burst damage is not enough, you need someone who can right-click it, and that's someone that can also go through the backtrack.
Big item on Light of Heaven.
Man, is he going to go Daedalus on Havost?
Yes, he is.
He's got Crystallis already.
And there's a big item on Light of Heaven as well. Don't underestimate Aghanim's Roar. This range is incredibly long. 950 cast range.
Nice wall by DD. Spotting Na'Vi rotating top.
It's LGD again finding themselves forced into their base.
Havost instantly trying to get rid of these illusions. They're trying to get up there to riptide the creep wave, but they won't make it there in time.
That's another good thing about his Battle Fury. He gets farming speed, but he also really destroys these Naga illusions. This is illusions with heart. And he's still killing them in about 5 hits.
It's a great way pushing on bot now for LGD.
Big, this Void.
And there's our side. He's already TPing back now to take care of it. Actually, no, he goes towards the mid. It's Havost who gets the big farm on the bot lane.
Yeah, he's going to get close to the Daedalus.
And just look at that creep wave go. But LGD now, Na'Vi, they're thinking about pushing, they're thinking about ganking, but Smoke Gang failed, and LGD, they push back out again, they look for some more space. Sylar getting his farm up on top, now 22, now 23k gold up on him. He's still walking around with that Stone Shield, but it might be quite possible we'll see him pick up that Ultimate Orb in a couple of moments' time. Might also be worried and having to save for buyback, just in case things go horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah, at the same time, saving for buyback right now seems
Pointless.
Risky in another way. Because the way the teams are going to fight now, it's going to be all or nothing pretty much. There's like Void, Chronosphere, and Naga Siren with Sleep, and the full combo from Ravage and Sonic Wave. But once that's used and you rebuy your hero, it depends on where the fight takes place, of course. If it takes place in the LGD base, rebuying a Naga Siren fast can make a difference. But just the time it takes for her to rebuy and come back in, if she dies fast, her team will almost be dead before she can come back with a rebuy even, because Havost is hitting so damn hard already, and they've got massive damage on the other heroes as well. Leshrac always a damage dealer. Dendi with all the spells. I mean, sure, they've got the BKB on Queen of Pain if she wants to buy it, but that's all.
Nice little fact, just try and play around with Na'Vi. They're not going to pop the fortification, slowing them down.
Top lane.
It's going to be a Rags if they go it. Yao plus Sylar. Fortification, there's TPs coming back. Only one though.
And this is basically Na'Vi taking a free tower.
Yep. But it's also damage to that tier 3. It's down to 1/3 of its normal life on the top lane. So if LGD, if they do win one of these team fights, they can go straight towards that top lane if the creep wave is even half going with it, and they can do a lot of damage to Na'Vi's base. That's their first opening.
As a Black King Bar pickup for Yao. So has decided to buy it now. DDC working on a pipe. He's only 500 off it. This is what we usually see Xiao 8 do on his Darkseer, actually, because he's usually having good games with that Darkseer. He will usually go for mech into that pipe. But this game he's just seen himself fall so far down that they decide to put the pipe up on DDC.
Yeah, so Darkseer, it looks like he's going to go into what I assume to be Shiva's guard for him.
Looks like it is.
And that's going to give even more for LGD during the fights. You get that Naga ulti. If it gets off, I say if it gets off right, then the Shiva Scar is going to make it very, very hard for Na'Vi to split. That means the Tide Ravage will hit, means Queen of Pain will have more time to play around. It means also escaping from the Darkseer Wall Illusions, going to be even more difficult. All of these problems for Na'Vi if they don't get their combo right. We're saying it halfway through this game, the biggest thing for this matchup is executing correctly. If you execute correctly, if you do your prep work for it too, get that vision, keep those wards out there, know what's happening on the map, then you're looking good. It's the reason why Line of Heaven's walking around with a gem. He's looking to get rid of any kind of vision that LGD have on the map, so when Na'Vi do want to hunt, LGD are blind.
Yeah, and it's right now it's turning into a little bit of a stalemate because this is what's going to happen when Naga Siren starts to get up some items. Her pushing power on these lanes is incredible. She keeps sending illusions everywhere just to farm it up, and she's keeping up a pretty good pace on farming. But when you look at just strictly on farm, it's almost unheard of for a Chinese carry to only have 260 CS at 42 minutes on a Naga Siren. Just goes to show how pressured Sylar has been in this game. At this point on a Siren, you want to have those 350 CS.
Yep.
Because you can split push and farm that much in the woods and everywhere, but Sylar has had to go and take these fights, has had to be a little bit afraid of getting ganked.
DD, get
and
that courier wave
oh,
there as
wow.
well. That had a gem on it too. DD,
Look at him
nice
go!
cow. Look at the damage. Whoa, that's a weird chrono. 947 crit to get the last hit in, but happy to drop chrono for a minute and a half just to kill on Venomancer.
This void hits hard.
Yeah.
Thank you, that was all. Sick damage from Havost here. He's got that Daedalus up, like you're saying now. I wonder what his final item is going to be. I don't think he will replace anything anytime soon. He wants to hold on to the Battle Fury against this Naga Siren. Perhaps even late into the game, he will hold on to this instead of what you would usually do very late. You would sell the Battle Fury and get another damage item, but I think Havost will keep it in this game. So only one item slot left for him. And are they really going to do this? LGD, I think they know.
All they want to do is keep these side lanes pushed, find farm wherever you can, and they both will TP out to safety. Yeah, there goes Sylar, and Yao should probably follow through in just a couple of moments' time. Maybe give one last oomph to the creep wave.
This faceless void with Battle Fury is reminding me of the Tiny from last night from eHome. Just squishing these creep waves with one hit. One or two hits, and they're gone when he gets the crit.
Yep.
Massive damage from him. He's critting 950 on creep waves. So on a hero like Venomancer and Tide sitting on 6 and 8 armor, they die very quickly. The others from LGD have got some good armor up, and that's very important against a Faceless Void to have the armor, because he's all about the physical. He has nothing else. No spell damage whatsoever.
Roshan in 2 minutes, and I'm pretty sure Prep Woe's going to start pretty soon. Get rid of these wards around the Rosh pit. So LGD have no vision of what's going on. But Sylar, also see him pick up Diffusal Blade and keeps on farming. He's doing it at a decent rate now for himself. Having at 1700 gold. We'll have to TP up this bot lane because at this point Na'Vi would love to kill him. And Sylar, he does have TP, but in 2 seconds, 1 second. That timing, there's still enough for him to get out.
Yeah, perfect timing there in TP as well. Wow, Puppy's looking for a big pot of gold. I wonder what he's saving up for. 3.4k and an Enchantress. I've not seen this for a very long time.
Have we got Pipe up on the team yet?
Rubik has BKB, by the way. I'm not sure if you said it. He's got BKB and Ghost Scepter. And I want to point out, Ghost Scepters are very good for both teams. Dendi, on the Na'Vi side with Ghost Scepter, he can break the Ensnare because it's a physical ability. So it actually removes Ensnare to cast Ghost Scepter. And then on the other side, LGD, Xiao 8 has a Ghost Scepter. And once he procs that, Faceless Void, even in the Chronosphere, can't attack him if the Ghost Scepter goes off before. So a very good item pickup for both sides right now.
Na'Vi are coming mid. Yao's already TPing back. He tried to give as much momentum to that top lane as possible. Bottom lane's also done the same.
Bad timing for Na'Vi. This is
so
really
Na'Vi's going to come in. Naga still got that ultimate. They want to jump in, and now Zhao pulls him in. Nice ensnare. Catches on Divorce. There's going to be a Gale as well, but look at him just backtrack. Almost everything. He's taking it up. Sylar, couple of illusions out there. Manages to drop the armor again.
There's both backtrack and evasion from Butterfly.
Man, look at that tower. They force fortification. And the sting goes off and Divorce out again.
Now Na'Vi needs to be careful. Roshan's back.
Yeah.
Aegis is gone.
So there's Blink! Pavos! Chicken back! Ollie, Ravage, everything! 2 down! Instant kills against him! Double buyback! Ravage will pop! Danny's on low life! Assad trying to stand within all of LGD! He is on the run! TP out by Light of Heaven! They do see Assad, but they will not finish him off! But double buyback already! They are running for Roshan! They need to get this Aegis cheese! Look at that Vost! He's going solo! 950 crits coming out from him. They want to keep going. Puppy will come in as well. LGD, they are in no position to stop this. Na'Vi, even though they lose that fight, they will take Roshan.
And
She's
a good
on the track.
buyback from him.
Pain without consequence.
And it makes you wonder if Na'Vi actually planned for this to happen. I don't think so. I think
No,
they got taken
not at
by
all.
surprise by the
Not
Aegis
at all.
running out. But now the ultimates are down for LGD. And maybe Na'Vi can just go for this. The mid tower, 1/3 HP. Dendi's back in
Naga's still
20
got her
seconds.
ultimate.
Naga will have hers, but it's 90 seconds on Ravage, and they can push this out in about 20. But they need to have Dendi come in as well, and it's going to take him a little while. He'll TP to the mid tower. He'll then 4-staff as well as Blink, and well, okay, actually it won't take him that long to get there.
Leapfrog.
He will be here in about 30 seconds time if that's it, and that's enough. There won't be a Ravage for that. And I really think Na'Vi want it. I think they want it so bad, because now they've rebought for it anyway.
Look at him checking out Sylar. They would like it. Horse jumps in, and he's just going to try and bring that as much as possible. He is losing a little bit of mana, but that evasion and backtrack, man, it's so hard to even land a hit on him.
These illusions, man.
I'm tired. 50 seconds.
Now they will. Now they will go.
Venom's
Can
got
Na'Vi
20.
find the opening? The glyph is on, even on cooldown for LGD. They used it before.
Yao's got to come back. Yao has got to come back. Naga might try and stall him. There's the in-snare. Gush as well. Riptide as well. Chrono, not yet. Silenced up. Holding him in. Darkseer wall is there. Horse and a half-life. And a secondary wall done by Dandy. It's a crisscross in the mid. And Raw. No, it's not going to go out. Light of Heaven throws out the axis. Raw's already on cooldown. But they're delaying them. There's a wall which is making it impenetrable for both sides. And Ravage is back up in 18 seconds. Great defense by LGD.
Yeah, amazing play from LGD here. Doing whatever they can. The Darkseer wall, however, will be down for this fight.
That it will be,
The question is if that's enough for Na'Vi.
Ravage,
Are they in over their heads now?
Dandy, what did you steal? Plague Wards. So the wall is down, but we've got Naga ult, we've got Venom ult, we've got Tide ulti, we got Quap ulti. Beastmaster Raw, 2 seconds. Chrono is up. They're waiting to have a crack. Sitting on the front lines. Puppy already starting off the heel. Arslan have full life. You've got to run in there. He's also got cheese on him. Remember the cheese and Aegis. That could be what Na'Vi need to break the lines. Already dropping down the armor. In we go. Back again. Gush on the Vorce. Tower's already gone. Void just jumped in to snipe off the tower. Fadeball going to go through the Darkseer. Now in snare. Only holding Arslan. He's too far out there, and the Vorce trying to get rid of whatever he can. The Sylar mirror images were doing its job. And these Plague Wars, they're causing so many issues for Na'Vi to get in, not only just to get into the base, but also for positioning-wise. They're making
they're kind
a
of
huge
annoying
block.
them, I think. Hovos is annoyed by these wards, I think, because he wants to be able to walk freely inside the base, but he has to use the time walk to get in. Here we go,
Riptide. There goes the back. Now pulling up, Zhao. Oldie goes off. Raw as well, not the best combo. DDC wants to get in close. Darkseer still up. Horse now. Darkseer goes down. Focusing on Sylar. Ravish still not popped. Double BKB off from Na'Vi. No mortification. Benno gets the oldie off. Now DDC. This is your time. To the front lines, man. Sylar's there. Will he get this there? The melee race goes down. Horse on low life, but he still has Aegis model. Right clicking him down. Ravage will pop. Big quad oldie. Return Ravage from Dandy. Sylar pops up the ultimate. Na'Vi are they able to do anything right now? Look at Light of Heaven's life. Sitting on so life. Yao wants last hit for Light of Heaven. 45 HP.
Oh, Yao.
He will get out. Yao being hunted by a Vorst. Oh my, Na'Vi. Na'Vi are getting closer and closer to being in the second
very,
grand
very
final.
low on several heroes. Puppy is going to earn up the Light of Heaven Beastmaster, who's going to use the mechanism the moment this comes up, I think. Has it ready now.
Oh, DD. Go Scepter. Gale is stolen. Gale is returned. Sylar pops up mirror images. DD already dead. Na'Vi. Raw goes on Sylar. Sylar. Riptide. Trying to bring down a Vorst again. He's got no Aegis this time around. Nice back. No wall. Couldn't get off the combo. Now we can drop off the wall, but no, he can't. 1K crit comes out from a Vorst. Now on to Sylar. How's going to go down? This is so GG. Na'Vi. They go to the second grand final. here for the International. They are going nuts in the box. LGD, not a single game is lost. Oppa, Na'Vi style. This is one of those times when LGD say, what did we do wrong? We did everything right this tournament. But was one matchup, this one best of 3, it was just too much. It was too much. Na'Vi able to take it in 3. They will go to the grand final. Who will they go up against? LGD or IG? That match will be coming up next. The boys can celebrate, and we can jump back to the other boys. I hope they're exhausted as I am. To the guys back in the panel, look at the team. They love it. Back to you two, God. Back to you, man.
Thank you, Toby. There you have it. Na'Vi secure a place in the grand finals, and finally, for the first time this tournament, LGD have been beaten.
What a game. LGD, I mean, they gave a hell of a fight. They took game 1, but Na'Vi, for the 3rd time in a row, take down one of these top Chinese teams after losing game 1. They are proving to be the champions they were last year.
These are the most high-skill games I think I've ever seen, like at all. I've been watching Dota for 8.5 years. I have never seen 10 players with that amount of skill. From the Leviathan's patience, just waiting and waiting and waiting, trying to find that perfect Ravage every time, wanting to catch Dindy, to Dindy catching it every single time. It's like, I'm going to lay back, I'm going to get that Ravage, and then Dindy's like, I got that Ravage. Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, Dendy actually only missed one Ravage up top when they tried to go on Tidehunter, and he got caught in that situation. But I've got to say, Dendy on the Rubik, it's just, I honestly feel that if LGD go into the lower bracket, they play IG and come back up, they might consider just getting rid of Rubik and allowing Dendy to play Pudge. I would not be surprised. Just because it's like the way that the Chinese teams are playing Dota, it's phenomenal, it's fantastic. But they're winning the game. They're going into the lanes. They're playing as much as they can the perfect game. But the difference is Na'Vi are playing the opponent, and Rubik is a hero that you can kind of prepare for, because you don't know what he's going to do. You don't know what he's going to steal. And of course, LGD having a huge amount of good ultimates, he was obviously going to be massively dangerous, but he just played that Rubik perfectly.
Absolutely. I think they were actually hoping Na'Vi would pick Pudge. I think they had maybe a strategy prepared, because they're the first Chinese team who did not ban Pudge. Everyone else has banned Pudge up against Dendy. They said, all right, let's leave it in the pool. Let's see if Dendy takes it. He didn't. He played the Rubik, and he completely dominated. Yeah,
he did. But of course, let's go now to a winner's interview, and we'll come back with more analysis here at the desk. I do believe we have Puppy from Na'Vi.
Hey guys, this is Purge, and I'm here with the winner of the best of 3. This is Na'Vi's Puppy. How do you feel after defeating the previously undefeated team LGD?
I feel so relaxed. I feel so relaxed. Those were the hardest games of my entire life.
Oh yeah, they were super awesome, man. So you left in Naga as well as Darkseer, which previously people were just gasping about, but you ended up drafting a Juggernaut, and eventually that got banned as well, and you went with the Faces Void pick. So did they really corner you into that one, or were you okay with it?
I was okay with it. Didn't really matter. I actually thought about Void a little bit in my head, and I thought about Stealth Assassin 2 and stuff, but overall it seemed like you have to do this. You have to give away Naga Siren and Darkseer in order to like win a tournament or something like that. If they got you cornered by the regular picks, you have to play against the hard heroes. You have to play the imbalanced picks.
So now that you're going into the grand finals, into a best of 5, how do you think you guys are going to perform there against the 2 upcoming teams?
My God, I have to play a best of 5 against the Chinese. It's going to be just as hard, and it's just going to be, again, the same thing. I'll say 50-50, and the best team will win.
All right, and how does it feel to be playing on stage when the crowd goes wild?
Oh man, it's so good. You like make a move and they cheer for you, and they cheer really loud, like, and I can hear it through the booth and stuff. So thank you. Keep doing that same thing.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot for the interview, and good luck in the finals. Back to you, James.
All right, thank you there, Purge. Yeah, basically Puppy saying, keep cheering, even if we win, they're buying everyone beer, because that would be the second million they would have taken if they win 2 times in a row. Yeah, that's pretty much what he meant, I do believe. You can talk to Puppy later after the tournament if it goes that way. So, LGD dropping down.
Yeah, I never thought I'd say that. I thought coming into this that LGD were going to go 23-0. I really thought they were going to do it. But Navi, they're a team that create this chaos. It's just organized chaos. Pudge, Rubik, these are heroes that you can't practice versus that.
Yep, that's how you beat an organized team. Just make it chaotic. And some of the chaotic moments were absolutely fantastic. We can take a look at this one. I do believe it was the Tidehunter Ravage still.
Which Ravage Steel? I feel
Which
like
one
like
is this?
4,
All
5,
of them?
6.
56 or 57. Yeah, so we see an initiation here. Scream of Pain catches 2 there. Puppy gets caught out, but a roar from Light of Heaven keeps him alive. A pretty fantastic ult here from Havost. He does have a BKB through this, so the Ravage doesn't really do it, but an immediate Ravage back by Dindy.
He actually blinks into the Chronosphere
yeah, he did,
to get
just
into a
to
better
get a position.
It's like, why not? I'll just get myself stuck in this Chronosphere. As soon as it wears off, pops a Ravage, and, well, LGD, one by one, they do drop. The other big thing there was Puppy somehow getting away on his Enchantress. He's when they sort of went on with that Sheepstick, and they just couldn't kill him.
Yeah, and what did you make of the Void pick? Toby called it. He said Void would be a good option. Bruno, are you with us?
Sorry, I was looking at Icefro. Yeah, Faceless Void. 54%. Yeah, there he is. 54% Faceless Void. Not a useful pick right now, not a common pick right now, but it was picked during the first international. He was 4-1 back then. It was a common counter to the anti-mage. The first time it was picked here, I called it yesterday, you know it, and it has a 100% chance of winning now.
I feel like Bruno and Toby are just on the same page, calling every single pick as it comes.
That's what it is.
Oh, hey, Bruno has all the stats, man. Dota Academy, he's got it all there. It's the presentation that we need to maybe work on. But he does know absolutely everything, I promise you. Bruno is, when we first turned up here, we were here a few days early, and literally Bruno just told me all the stats of everything. And now I've had so much Dota, I can't even remember hero names. My head's exploding with it. So the good thing about Na'Vi, though, not only going into the grand finals where that's where you want to be, but it's also the fact that they get to watch the next game.
Yes.
And they get to rest, because Puppy just mentioned, what, I have to play a best of 5? Yes, you do.
Yeah.
But they get some time to rest now. And of course, LGD will go up versus IG next. There will be an hour break, where I believe we'll be interviewing some of the players here at the panel. But that's still just an hour between what will be most likely 3 games.
Yeah, it's looking like it. I mean, IG are very good. They dispatched DK earlier this morning. I feel like the Faceless Void, I was actually sitting next to Lumi when it got picked in the hall, and we looked at each other and we were like, this isn't going to work. And then it did. So what do I know?
Well, not as much as Puppy, apparently, but
Apparently
I'm not surprised by that.
Me either.
Yeah, he's been a great captain on the
Puppy's
picks.
amazing, isn't he? That team.
And of course, if you guys just want to get an update on the brackets, we can show you what's coming up next. In the lower bracket, we're going to be going to the lower bracket grand finals. Loser of the lower bracket grand finals will, of course, come third. But there you can see in the winner bracket finals, we have Na'Vi winning. But that, of course, means they're just waiting now in the grand finals, waiting to play a best of 5, waiting to see if they can be 2 times back-to-back champions here at the International Dota 2 Championships, as they won last year in Germany. And there's our lower bracket finals, IG versus LGD. It's going to be a best of 3. LGD, I do feel, still have the edge in terms of performance so far. They've dropped now 2 maps. It's not a bad record, and IG have struggled, but LGD coming off a loss. That's sometimes momentum matters a lot here in the tournaments.
Absolutely. I mean, they're going to feel a little bit worse about themselves. It's easy when you're at 20-0 to go, oh yeah, we got this, we can beat anybody. When you lose a little bit, even though they have beat IG in the past, when you lose some, it creates some seed of doubt. Even if it's not, you're not playing Na'Vi in that round, you're still maybe a little bit thinking about, man, we could be in the winner's bracket, we could be doing this, we
I
could
don't
be
think
doing
there's
this.
it's kind of like, yeah, you're going to be disappointed, but surely not by how they played. They were
amazing.
amazing.
No, they played amazing.
You know, Queen of Pain coming in there with Sheepstick, which as soon as the Aegis wore off, it's just the play that they showed us it's grand final worthy. That game really was grand final worthy.
Yeah, that was one of those moments where I'm thinking, wait, have Na'Vi even got this game in the bag yet? I mean, they timed that. I had Nebula come to me, it's like, wow, Na'Vi was unlucky. I'm like, no, that was LGD knew the Aegis was gone. Na'Vi, I mean, obviously maybe hadn't taken track of the exact second it was going to disappear, but it was literally 1 or 2 seconds after it disappeared, they engaged in. Really impressive play. The problem now for LGD is that they're going to be going up against IG. So they go from versing Na'Vi to IG, complete clash in play styles, completely different matchup. Whereas IG, I mean, they've had some time to mentally prepare. LGD just have to go from one match to the next against a new playstyle.
Yeah, these teams that we're going into next know each other incredibly well, IG versus LGD. And we go to Bruno. Can you tell us a little bit of history maybe, or anything between the teams before we introduce IG?
Let's go to history. These teams have met 3 times already, Monthly Madness. LGD won 2-1. Beyond the Summit World Tour, it was IG winning 2-1. And finally, the Gigabyte Dota Master, where IG won 1-0. But the interesting thing about them is that whoever picks Lone Druid wins, and whoever picks Morphling loses. That's been the story in all of their 7 games.
All right, well, they've traded blows back and forth, and it's going to be an absolutely amazing game. You now know LGD from day 3, but let's meet the lineup from IG.
Chuan, KL Malaysia.
Faith, Jiang, China.
Ferrari, Wuhan, China.
YYF, Shanghai, China.
周，湖南 China.
So then IG came in today playing in the lower bracket semi-finals, beating out DK. Now their tournament series just gets harder as they have to go through LGD. Guys, can they do it?
I think they can. They were my pick coming into the international. I've since am not quite sold, but they play very well. They're a very strong team. I think they match up very well against LGD, to be honest. I think they have the capacity to take them down.
Yeah, I think the matchup is very, very even. I mean, it's kind of like what Puppy said in the interview, 50-50. I think that applies very much so to this matchup as well. And it's one of those things, it's a tactic Na'Vi used, leaving some of those sort of upper tier heroes like the Naga, Siren, and Darkseer in the pool, banning out the Morphling, banning out some of those fringe heroes, maybe even the Enigma we saw getting banned by LGD. We could see some more crazy picks here in these 2 teams clash.
All right, and of course we can go back to the team profiles and meet, I do believe, the other team. I'm pretty sure that's where we're going, with LGD. And of course, you just saw him play. Sylar not having the kind of game of his life, just really being kept down through Na'Vi. But has anybody stood out for you or underperformed here on the day?
Underperformed from LGD? No. I think all 5 of them have actually played pretty fantastically and pretty amazingly. I just think in that game, in that series, all 10 of those players are so good that it's really hard to be like, oh, well, you played terribly. It's like, no, he's going up against Dindy, he's going up against Puppy. It's very hard.
I don't think any player is disappointed. I think with LGD, it's more the fact that they've become they were less versatile against Na'Vi. During the previous matchups, they'd been switching around their roles. They had DDC play Chaos Knight. They had Yao sometimes playing on the side solo with Xiaowei in mid. But there, all 3 games, they ran the similar thing with Yao playing the solo mid, Xiaowei on the offlane solo, and then running the tri-lane with the 2 DDC and DD on the support. So they need to mix it up a bit more.
Bruno, is that likely to happen?
Well, LGD reminds me of Na'Vi last year. They've been playing one single strat. It's been working for them. I think that it's at this point of the tournament where they are starting to become predictable, at least for Na'Vi. Na'Vi played a great game against them because they knew how to play them. If IG was looking at this match, they might have an edge.
Yeah, I also think mental fatigue starts to come into play. I mean, LGD just played 3 of the greatest games I've ever seen against one of the best teams of all time. There's going to be some amount of mental fatigue at least.
All right, and of course, LGD waiting, to play this next match. IG, do they change something? Do they? They're the favorites going in, but do they look at what they've seen? Is there something that maybe we can unpredictable coming in, or do you just really think both teams are going to go in with what they know best in the first game, just to kind of see who's playing better?
Well, I think the main thing which is going to determine the picks is going to be those bans. Well, goes without saying that what's not there is going to be the stuff that's going to be picked up. Yeah. So if we see heroes like Morphling being banned out, we may see IG sort of opting to pick up Ferrari's Templar Assassin within the first 3 picks. We're quite likely to see the Bear that Bruno mentioned hasn't actually lost when these 2 teams have clashed.
Yeah, I also think it's more likely that we're not going to see any kind of Naga Medusa action, or Naga
Medusa. Yeah, definitely not Medusa.
There will be no Medusa action, I'm sure of that. Because IG are more likely to ban these heroes. When you're not playing against Na'Vi, it's much less likely that those kind of crazy heroes are going to make it through the pool. Although, maybe IG have seen something, maybe they've learned something that's good against LGD, maybe they try it. I think that'd be awesome, actually, see IG play a little Na'Vi style. That'd be an intense loser bracket final.
Yeah, I think it's IG that maybe will have to come up with something in game 2. If both teams go in with their style, LGD, as you guys mentioned, are looking to be a little bit stronger just in how they've performed. And IG with players like Ferrari, they can certainly get creative.
I think IG are actually, I mean, a very aggressive team. In some ways, they're more aggressive than Na'Vi. They look for the kills more. Na'Vi love to look for the pushes, the openings where they can get a nice little team fight. But with IG, yesterday they were running Zhou in that solo mid, and he was sort of veering off, getting runes, trying to gank those lanes, and it looked really promising for them when they went up against Na'Vi. They had 3, and I mean, Na'Vi have had everything has gone to 3 games. It's always been close. IG, I mean, if they can keep on being aggressive, maybe even step it up a little bit, LGD is a team who will sit back and you may be able to find those kills.
Yeah, I think IG are way more aggressive than LGD. LGD are very kind of a systematic approach. They break you down one by one. They transition their farm all over the place. They really grind it down. Whereas IG really like to be pretty aggressive early on. I mean, like I said, they pick up those heroes like Luna that we've seen a lot. I'm curious to see if they're going to continue picking the Luna. I mean, Luna's a hero that they had a lot of success with early on, and as the tournament progressed, they started to have less and less favorable results. Both of their losses, I think, when they dropped down in the loser bracket, came out of that. So I feel like there's a chance that maybe they just abandon Luna altogether, or will they try it?
I mean, I think it was the last game we saw the Tide Leshrac. We had Zhou playing a Leshrac. The first time he wasn't really on a hard carry. I think that's something they may go back to. But I think the Luna isn't all that likely. Yeah. If anything, it's going to be the Morphling, Anti-Mage, Lone Druid as the first sort of early picks if those are in the pool. Luna just not really good for this matchup. I think it's something that worked better against some of the European teams.
Yeah.
All right, and of course, guys, we're going to throw it to the game in just a moment. Just to remind you, though, you can follow the tournament on Twitter. You can follow Dota2 at Dota2 on Twitter. And also, if you want to join the discussion, hashtag DotaTI, TI for the international. Let's get it trending. Get the Dota2 out there to the world. Someone make a post on Reddit R Gaming as well. Bruno's already done. You're on the 4chan post already, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, is that top?
Yeah, obviously.
For the moment. All right, so before we get into the game, also another thing that we should remember, the winner of this can still win the tournament. The loser, unfortunately, will end up third. Still not a bad placement, 150,000 for third place, but of course 250 for second, 1 million for first. So before we go into the game, IG versus LGD, some predictions.
I think LGD are just too good. They looked really impressive against Na'Vi despite the loss. And while I really like IG and they're my tournament favorite coming in, LGD are really good. They've impressed me big time.
Well, when you play a better team, you often end up stepping it up yourself. That's
true.
That's what we see with Na'Vi.
That's true.
Look at Na'Vi in group stage. Look at them now.
I do think this is a lot closer than I make it sound. I think
okay.
IG are a very, very good team. I mean, if you scale of 1 to 100, I'm going to go with like a 95 for LGD and like a 93 for IG. Historically, like greatest all-time team.
All right, Gods.
I'm going with IG. I mean, these players, this team has had won more big tournaments in Dota 1, just has more tournament experience. And LGD, as versatile as they are with their picks, they don't run the Chen Enchantress. They don't have a jungle. It's something that just gives IG a bit of an edge.
All right, Statman Bruno, where are you with this matchup?
Chuck Norris or Bruce Lee?
It's tough. Bruce Lee won, by the way.
He just doesn't pick anything. Every time. He's just like, I don't know. I think they're both going to win.
Well, okay, we're ready for the games, and hopefully you are and the commentators. So let's throw it to our loser bracket finals. Winner will move into the grand finals. It's IG versus LGD. Good luck to both teams.
Welcome, everybody.